You are right where you are. You are where you are. That's profound. Write that down. I am where I am. I am where I am. I am where I am. And what is the vibration that is emanating from me right now? Because I am where I am, but where I will be very soon is a result of the vibration that I'm offering right now where I am that I am. You follow? You don't have memory that is hindering you. Your brain is not a storage cabinet. You have vibrational triggers that you emanate that attract other things. So the world that you live is new right now, 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 new right now. And you get a little run of vibration going on. Manifestations are going to follow. And we acknowledge that as manifestations that please you follow, that it's abundantly easier to focus upon something that pleases you and leapfrog into more that pleases you. We acknowledge that. We just want you to know that you are never going to be standing in a place where everything's exactly the way you think you want it to be. And if you will give up right now the need for it to be just the way you want it to be so that you can feel good, and instead decide that feeling good is all that matters and that you have the ability to feel good even if you're standing in a place where there's not a lot of physical evidence of the good feeling that you want, if you will use the power of your mind, then we like it so much. Someone called out the word, then you will experience the freedom that you think the dollars will bring you. We've enjoyed this interaction immensely. We always like it best when you are patient enough to allow us a rampage of vibrational reality. When you will listen as you are with intenseness as we express to you the law basis of this universe. Because when you sync up with these universal laws and you no longer buck the current that have been giving you the rough ride, as you sync up with these universal laws, then that zest is within you and you vacillate from calm and satisfied to eager and passionate. That's your world. And that's what you came to live. That's the contrast that you wanted. So, we are eager to talk with you about anything that is important to you. There is nothing that is off limits. You will notice a perfect unfolding as we find the perfect conversation with the perfect person at the perfect time to move this conversation into the perfect place. So, what do you want to talk about? It's going to be a really, 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 really good day. Or can we say it is being a really, 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 really good day? You got to stop focusing so much on what is that it dominates your vibrational patterns. And you have to start focusing upon who you really are and how you want to feel. So when you think about the things you want, and there are a lot of them and it's wonderful. When you think about the things that you want and you think about why you want those things that you want, and it brings you to that vibrational reason, most of which is easily recognizable by you and easy to find by you and easy to discover all around you already. Because the feeling of money is not only available to you in money itself. Because you just said, it feels like fun, it feels like freedom, it feels like, and there is so much of your world that does not require money in order to feel those things, you see. So if you look around as the selective sifter that we know a deliberate creator like you can be, and you tune your frequency to the feeling of, so it would be such a good thing if you could just make your list of things that you want and take each item one by one and stop and analyze for yourself, what is the feeling of that? When I have that, when I live that, when I am that, when that is my experience, when that's who I am, when that's where I am, when that's who I'm with, when that's what I'm living, what does that feel like? What does it feel like? Not what does it look like? What does it feel like? What does the vibration of security feel like? What does the feeling of homecoming feel like? What does the feeling of empowerment feel like? What does it feel like? And as you pose those questions to yourself, As you move through your days, and you're feeling a lot of those things all day, every day, as you come across, we started to say stumble across because you may not be doing it exactly on purpose, but as you come across that feeling, and you come across that feeling after you have acknowledged that you want to find that feeling, it will stand out in a more vivid way, and you can say, yes, that's it. And then as you stay there and revel in the emotion of that for a moment, you practice the frequency of it longer, and that really is all that deliberate creation is. It's choosing the feelings, practicing the frequency until choosing those feelings comes easily. And you know why choosing those feelings come easily? Because law of attraction says, ooh, you feel like that, here's a little more. Law of attraction doesn't behave like you want your mother to. Oh, you feel bad here, this will make you feel better. Law of attraction says, oh, that makes you feel bad, here's some more. You say, well, then law of attraction may not be my friend. We say your best friend, because law of attraction is bringing you how you're feeling, showing it to you so you can make choices. This sucks. This feels awful. How can I feel differently than this? And that's what we're going to be talking about here today. How can you gain control of the way you feel in this situation and this one and this one and this one? We'll give you a little hint. It's about self-soothing. It's about being kinder to yourself. We thought it would be a really good thing to start this new year out when you're thinking more about who you are and where you're going and what you want. If you could just take this one piece from this gathering, that you want to soothe yourself into alignment by pointing out to yourself how well you are doing, how much is going well. It is our promise to you that if you will begin to tend to the frequency of that which is you, since you equal your point of attraction, and you will be aware, I felt this way and this came back. I felt this way and this came back. I felt this way and this came back. Before you know it, you will be one who, whether you deliberately and often feel on purpose, you will know for sure that how you feel is your indicator of what's coming next. So can you fast forward into the manifestation of those things, that abundance that you often see way down the road? Because that kind of abundance doesn't come to a youngster like me, or that kind of abundance doesn't come to someone in an occupation like I have. That kind of abundance, if you can get yourself to begin to expect that kind of abundance that we promise you is out there, and we say out there not because it's out there far into the future, we say it's out there vibrationally, not yet received by you, a different frequency than the frequency you commonly are offering. But you can begin doing something about that right now. And the evidence of the change of your frequency will be evident right now. So then you begin getting pretty sure of yourself. You say, I am the creator of my own reality. And others will say, get away from me. You say, I am the creator of my own reality because I am the thinker of my thoughts. But more important, I am the feeler of my feelings. I am the discerner of my frequency. I am the molder of my own vibrational clay. I am the offerer of the energy, and therefore I am the setter of the tone. I'm the setter of the mood. I am the emanator of the vibrational signal that law of attraction is responding to. And I have created a nest egg for myself of relationships and of abundance and of physical vitality and well-being. I've created a nest egg for myself that is a vibrational reality. And I'm going to practice the vibrational reality of it, even though there is an absence of manifested reality of it. But I do not confuse myself about what's really going on here, because I accept that law of attraction abounds, and that I am a worthy being, and that I'm the creator of my own reality, and that I can do something about it. And I like the feeling of thinking on purpose, and most of all, I like to think and derive results, you see. That's who you are. That's why you are so action-oriented in most cases. You like the fast results that you get through action. But we want you to not only get the fast results that you get through action, we want you to get the leveraged fast results that you get through aligned action, through inspired action, you see. We want you to tend to your feelings first. Practice them all day, every day. Hang out with others that do the same. And then begin watching Not so much for the manifestation. You see, this is the tricky part. Because it sounds like we're saying, if you do these non-manifestational things, manifestation will happen. And then you can look at the manifestation and it just gets better from there. But we don't ever want you to be hooked on the manifestation. We want you to be hooked on the feeling that you can foster right here, right now. If you weren't born having figured out everything that you were about, you've been carving it out along your physical trail. You've been saying more of that, and I like that, and I really like that, and that's who I am, and I want more of that. And the source within you, which includes all of us, has been gathering the details of that which you want, holding ourselves in vibrational accord with it, knowing, this is the thing that you're reaching for and that we so want you to hear, knowing that with a little bit of effort on your part, you can improve the vibrational frequency of your beingness, of your point of attraction, so that you can rendezvous with the ideas and the solutions that you've been saying that you want all along, you see. This really is the time of awakening. And the time of awakening doesn't mean that you wake up to something other than all of that. It means you wake up to that and allow that to have meaning in your now. Esther said the other day, because she was having such a poignant moment with Jerry, no question in her mind of the intensity of his interest and clarity of his thought and resonance with her being. No question about it at all. And she is wanting to write it down so that you can know it like she knows it. And then she said, Abraham, is there any possible way that I can explain this in words that people will get it? Or do they just have to have their own experience? And we say, you pretty much just have to have your own experience. But before you can have an experience with non-physical, you have to accept the existence of it, do you? Before you can have an experience with non-physical, you have to accept that it is vibrational, do you? Before you can have an experience with non-physical, you have to accept that you are primarily vibrational, and you have to practice the vibrational aspects of your being more than you practice the action aspects of your being. And when you get those things in place, you will allow this leverage of energy to pour through you in a way that you will feel the power of it around you. You'll feel that you're on that magic carpet ride where everything is just unfolding for your interest, for your value, for your benefit, for your fun, for your joy, you see. You are too modest and too humble. You don't know that we're all queued up for you. That we've been part of your environment and part of your process, part of your planet, part of your government, part of your laws, part of your wishes, part of your desires, part of your interests, part of your planet, part of your ecology, part of your economy, part of your politics, part of your religions. We've been part of that. We are all intimately interested in you going to the next joyful place that you have the ability to go to. But when you run around fighting with each other, instead of tapping in to all that you've been asking for, when it's all available to all of you, or when you use the fact that somebody else isn't tapping in to be the reason that you don't, I don't want to look weird. I don't want to be so joyful on this day when others are mourning. I don't want to be weird. I want to fit in. I want to fit into the group. I want to be part of it. I want to be understood by the group. And we say, just try for a little bit being understood by source energy. Source energy always understands you. But try to understand what source energy is understanding about where you stand, and discover the infinite intelligence on endless subjects that you have access to. Doesn't matter what the subject is. Doesn't matter what you could wonder about. We're far better than Google. We won't scatter you with our reply. We'll focus you, you see. Really good. Really good. Enough?
Yes.
Good.
Thank you.
Yeah.